Hello, my name is Winfield Murray, and I am a professor at Morehouse College. Recently, I had the unique and distinct pleasure of teaching a course entitled U.S. History, and it had a special emphasis on race and law, or race and our legal system. Initially, we were not sure if I would be able to teach the course inside of the prison, simply because COVID-19 has impacted every segment of our society, and the state penitentiary is no different. Unfortunately, I was not able to teach inside of the prison, but Common Good Atlanta was able to pivot by using a system that we refer to as the packet system. Essentially, the packet system is one where, for instance, if I have 12 students, I will have 24 packets or 24 folders. 12 will always be with me, and the other 12 will be with the individual students. That way, we are constantly transferring information. I'm giving you the new assignments, and you're giving me the homework from the previous assignments. The students are already provided with their textbook and course materials. One of the challenges for me was, how would I be able to ensure that the students understood that I was just as committed to them and to this course as I would be if the course were being taught in person? The only way that I knew to get around that was to be intentional in everything that I did as far as the feedback that I gave the students. So, for example, instead of giving them blanket feedback where I gave the students all just general feedback, this is what you did right, this is what you did wrong, I took it a step further and I made sure that I gave individual feedback to each and every student. In my individual feedback, I made sure that I referenced words, phrases, or stories that they shared in their homework so that they knew, that they understood, that they appreciated that I read every single word that they submitted. Now, if I recognized or observed that two or three students, at least that many, had run into the same problem or had a similar issue, then I would put that also in the general feedback, because chances are if two or three students had that issue, then there's another student somewhere that probably had that issue as well. In giving that type of feedback, that's not something that I ordinarily would do in a traditional classroom. While we're in class, I'll tell you, I'll call on you, we'll go back and forth. But in this way, it forced me to be far more intentional and far more engaged in their work at a level that I had not previously done before. And I really think that that's one of the silver linings that came out of the packet system. But there were other silver linings that came out of the packet system. One of the things that I observed with the students is that they were far more likely to be transparent, to be open, given under this packet system, that if we were to be in class and I were to ask them a question, there was no one but them writing to me. And once they realized or recognized that I was a professor that they could share with, that they could trust, that they could be transparent with, then they disclosed things that they probably would not have disclosed in a traditional classroom setting. The packet system definitely came with its challenges, but I will say that I am so happy and so grateful that Common Good Atlanta did not allow COVID-19 to take away this opportunity to instruct students. As I've indicated, not only did I grow as a professor, but I truly believe that the students grew as well. Having the opportunity to continue educating students allowed the students to grow. It allowed them to continue learning. It allowed them to continue to engage. It allowed them to continue to feel like they were a part of something beyond the confines of their current situation. And I really think that anytime you are able to salvage the learning process, that you are allowing individuals to thrive even in a pandemic. And despite a pandemic, I think that that in and of itself is worth its weight in platinum. And so I'm very happy, and I think that not only myself, but the students as well are very fortunate that Common Good Atlanta and Morehouse College were able to pivot in this educational environment, this unique educational environment. Thank you.